आज हम देखने वाले पाकिस्तानी स्ट्रीट फूड वर्सेस नेपाली स्ट्रीट फूड को देखने वाले। तो ये वीडियो बहुत इंटरेस्टेड होने वाला, आप लोग को बहुत मजा आ जाएगा। इस वीडियो जस्ट फॉर एंटरटेनमेंट, हम किसी भी फूड को मतलब किसी कंट्री की फूड को हिट नहीं करने वाले हैं, बट दिस वीडियो से हम ये पता चलेगा कि कौन सा फूड बेस्ट है नेपाल वर्सेस पाकिस्तान। ठीक है, तो गाइस बहुत इंटरेस्टेड अमेजिंग रिव्यू होने वाले हैं। सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हम नेपाल को देखने वाले, नेपाल की फूड देखने वाले, और आप लोगों को भी पता चल जाए नेपाल का फूड कैसा है। उसके बाद हम पाकिस्तान को देखने, पाकिस्तान का फूड कैसा है। तो अगर आप पाकिस्तान से देखने वाले तो नेपाल का वीडियो भी आप लोगों ने लाजमी देखना है। अगर आप नेपाल से देखने वाले तो आप पाकिस्तानी स्ट्रीट फूड की भी वीडियो आप लोगों ने लाजमी देखना है। तो चलो रिव्यू करते, बहुत अमेजिंग है। जो चैनल पर नहीं तो प्लीज सब्सक्राइब कर दे इस तरह और भी अमेजिंग रिव्यू देखने के लिए। सो गाइस देखते, बहुत अमेजिंग है। लेट्स गो। ओके, ये लेडीज बहुत फेमस है गाइस, इसकी फूड बहुत फेमस है।
Welcome to Chopstick Travel. I'm Luke Martin, and today I'm in Nepal. This is episode 2, and today I'm taking you for another huge street food tour. This time in the area of Patan, just about a 30 minutes drive from downtown Kathmandu. I'm going to take you for some Newari classics, and of course we're going to be sampling the famous Nepali momos. That's where we're starting it off, with the momos. I'm so excited. It's going to be a great episode, so make sure you stay tuned until the end. Let's go eat some Nepali street food.
Okay, let's go. देखते हैं, इस लेडीज का फूड बहुत फेमस है गाइस आजकल, ठीक है ना।
Momos are the most famous dish here in Nepal, and it has an interesting history. So there's been trade happening between the Tibetans and the Nepali for centuries, and the Nepalis really liked the momos when they tasted them from the Tibetans, so they brought it back here to Nepal and they added their own flair, and now today we have momos which are distinctively here from Nepal. So you can order chicken or buff, which is buffalo, and here at this shop they're serving jol momos, which is a soup momo. So I'll show you the soup in a little bit, but he's got these two huge steamers with just tons of momos, so I'm so pumped to try these out. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay. नेपाल का मोमो बहुत फेमस है गाइस, ठीक है ना।
So I have my plate of momos. These are buffalo momos, but like I told you, they're jol momos. So this is the jol right here. So there's some extra on the table. They already put it on your plate, but basically it is like a secret mixture at every restaurant. There's sometimes curd in it, sesame, all kinds of different spices, curry, and they already put a little bit on your plate. So you can add extra if you want, and these are the beautiful, beautiful Nepali momos. Look at those. You can get chicken or buffalo. I went with buffalo. And let me just taste some of this jol. It translates to soup, but it's kind of more of a sauce in my opinion.
ये बहुत टेस्टी होता है, ठीक है?
Oh my god, that's so good. It's got a kick. It's quite spicy actually, and it tastes strong like curry. I think they put curd in this one because I can feel a little bit of the sourness. Okay, let's just go right in for one of these momos. Douse it with some of the jol. Probably add more later. I'm gonna go for a one bite. I hope it's not too hot.
का कुछ अलग अलग होता है ना इसमें नेपाली मोमो क्या?
That is just beautiful. Explodes in your mouth with juice. The jol is full of flavor, and the dumpling wrapper is super thin, and it's a nice lean meat on the inside, and you can see that this is the kind of Chinese influence. You know, one half of the borders here in Nepal is with China, the other is with India, so you get this really unique cuisine. Let's add some more jol. Let's go generously with that. Oh man, these are really, really good. I could live off of these. I could eat momos for the rest of my life. This one's running away from me.
इसके ऊपर डालोगे तो बहुत अलग मजा होता है इसका।
That is so damn good. Oh my god, I love it. This is a beautiful looking chili sauce on the table, so let's try some of this. Even though it's already got a kick to it, I think it could use a little bit more chili flavor. Oh, these are so good. I love momos. It's not super spicy, but it's got a beautiful flavor of chili, kind of smoky and complements it really well. Oh man, Joel momos, definitely my new favorite Nepali dish. I really could eat at least 4 plates of that, but I want to save some room because we're going on a huge tour again today. But maybe I go for some more momos later on today. Those are so good. Yum. You know that I'm probably in the very small minority of people who decide to come to Nepal strictly for food. I'm not doing any trekking on this trip, but of course, everybody knows Nepal because of its beautiful mountains, including Mount Everest. You can kind of see them, but to be honest, the air pollution is pretty bad here in Kathmandu. But, you know, when we were coming in, I did get a good view of the mountains. I think I have to make another trip back in the future because I would love to do some trekking, but this time it's strictly food. 100 years old. It feels like a cave in here. The walls are like black with soot because they've been cooking in here for so many years. And she's making bara, or it's also called wool, which is a Newari specialty. So it's a lentil patty. She slaps down some lentil, spice lentil mix, and then a little bit of buffalo meat on top, and then cracks an egg on top of that. And it's like a Newari pancake. To say that it's tight quarters is an understatement. It's a really tiny little restaurant and totally hidden, real local gem. And they've got all kinds of different things. The bara is definitely one of the most famous, but we're gonna try a couple different famous Newari dishes, which are like the indigenous people of the Kathmandu Valley. I'm really excited to be here and try this. Such a cool spot. This is my kind of place. So I've got my seat now. I'm right beside the grill, and yeah, it looks like she's been grilling on this for a century at least. It is seriously rustic, and I've got all the food here. So this is the famous bara. This one is the mixed bara, which is with the buffalo meat and the egg. And then this is like a barbecued buffalo meat, and then it looks like it's been kind of curried. And then back here is a buffalo soup. And then this is kind of interesting. It's some beans, some pickles, and this is like pounded or beaten rice, they call it. And I guess you eat that with the soup. But I gotta go in for the bara. This is why you really come to this spot. Everybody's ordering it up. So let me dig into this. Okay, gonna go right in with my fingers here. Oh, it's still hot. Fried egg on top. She's fried it well done. And I got a little bit of meat in there as well. And it's like a lentil patty, as I mentioned.
यार इसका लोकेशन बहुत हिडन है ना, मतलब ऐसे छुपे हुए जगह पे ऐसे गली पे इसका लोकेशन है जो कि किसी को पता नहीं चलेगा. It's kind of airy, fluffy actually. And then there's a lot of flavor coming from that buffalo meat. Let me go in one more time. बहुत अच्छी जगह पे है ना. Oh, it's really tight quarters in here. The other customers are sitting on the other side, so he's got a hand over the food over top of us. But let me try to rip into the middle here. Yeah, there we go. Get some buffalo meat. Thank you. Okay, that's really good. A little bit oily, and all the flavor is coming from that lentil patty and the buffalo mixture. Yeah. It's so light and airy, but greasy at the same time. And believe me, I'm getting lots of the smell and the full experience here. She just started a fresh batch of the bara. They're so popular, everybody's ordering it, and it is delicious. I know why now. So let's try some of the other dishes they have here at Honacha. So let me grab some of this rice and some of these beans, and then try some of this barbecued buffalo meat. Okay. Little caught off guard because it's actually full, but it's full of flavor. Super spicy. The meat has a nice smoky barbecue flavor too. I mean, that's really spicy actually. I'm surprised how cold it is. Apparently they just barbecue and then they kind of marinate it in all of the spices. Let's try this one. Go for some of this rice, which is interesting. Gives it a lot of texture because it's kind of crunchy. And then try it with some of this buffalo soup with a piece of buffalo meat. That one's really good. Really tender meat. It's got a very beefy flavor, and or I should say buffalo-y flavor, and a little bit of curry flavor too.
It's an interesting combination having with that beaten rice. It's not cooked, the rice. It's just like crunchy, raw rice with some crunchy beans. So the other dish we've just gotten is intestines. These are grilled buffalo intestines with some onions on top. Grab a couple pieces here. She's just grilling them all on the same grill that has probably grilled thousands of buffaloes and nabaras, maybe millions. Those are really, really good. Goes great with the onions. They're kind of crispy and crunchy on the outside. And really fatty and oily too. They just melt in your mouth. Actually, I didn't think I was gonna love the intestines, but that might be my favorite out of the 3 dishes other than the bara. This one's definitely the showstopper, the winner in my books. So good. That egg, you can just eat this by itself. It would be like a perfect breakfast item, in my opinion. What a cool spot. Such an amazing experience. So my seat is right next to the grill, but I'm also sitting next to some of the ingredients. It looks like this one is tripe, and then I think we've got some intestines down here. Yeah, those were the intestines we just tried. And I just learned of a special menu item that they have. This is called chang. It's a Newari rice beer. So it's gonna probably be similar to Taiwanese xiaomijiu, which is a rice wine, I'm guessing. Let's try it out. It smells like it. Yeah, it's fizzy, a little bit tangy. It doesn't taste like strong alcohol, but you gotta be careful with this stuff because it will put you on your ass if you drink too much of it. Oh, it's really good. What a cool restaurant. I love places like that. Hidden gems. Perfect way to describe it, or hole in the wall. Like, literally a hole in the wall. Look at this. You wouldn't even know it's there. They don't even have a sign or anything. You have got to try that place out. I'll try to leave some information for it down in the description box, and hopefully you can find it. But wow, their bara was so good. So Kathmandu has a lot of rooftop cafes. Take a little break and grab a coffee.
Okay guys, इसके बाद हम पाकिस्तानी स्ट्रीट फूड को देखने वाले, बहुत इंटरेस्टेड होने वाले. चलो देखते. Okay.
In this video, you're gonna witness Pakistani street food carnivore style.
4 kilograms, over 8 pounds of meat. We have to eat the whole thing.
You have to eat most of it.
I have to eat most of it.
The sheer amount of meat that people eat here is off the charts.
I'm like a samurai, but with delicious food on my sword.
But first, let's back up. This is the city of Lahore in the Punjab province. If Punjab sounds familiar, it may be because India also has their own Punjab state right across the border. Though these two countries have a lot in common, today I'm on a mission to see what sets them apart when it comes to street food.
For the first time ever, I'm starting a country. I'm getting to know a brand new place at night.
No matter which street you go, you'll find tons of amazing street food.
This is Pakistan after dark, and it all starts here.
It has finally happened. After years of planning, I'm in Pakistan, baby. I'm here right now with my man, Javel. We're at a restaurant with about 7 tawas, these huge cooking platforms that are slightly recessed. It's a perfect place to kind of shallow fry food. Here, they're making chicken, but not just any chicken. This is a super spicy chicken.
Tonight, I'm going for their best seller, the fiery, mouth-melting tawa chicken. Before hitting this oversized flat top, the chicken's already been par-cooked. Next, they add their own homemade masala containing white pepper, black pepper, ginger, saffron, and yogurt. Then add supreme quality cooking oil. What makes this dish special isn't the supreme cooking oil or the masala. It's this, a heckload of atomic level green chilies. Next, add lemon and cook until all the flavors blend together, becoming one glistening, fiery red hue. Finally, when it's ready to serve, the chicken is wrapped in a chapati and sent out into the world. This dish started with this restaurant, Arif Charhara, and this restaurant started over 40 years ago.
We have the bread and we dig in straight.
Do you actually eat the chilies?
Yes, of course.
Okay, is that respectable?
All right, I'll give you that.
She'll give me that. All right. Oh. Uh-oh.
The thing about this is you can't stop eating it,
right.
Even if you're burning.
Absolutely. A flavor explosion. And then, like the aftershock. You taste the lightning and then you wait for the thunder.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty good. When you bite into the chicken, first you taste, oh, what is it?
Like a little bit of a charring kind
Yeah.
of a thing. It comes from the tawa that they cook
really?
on.
In China, what they would call wok hei, like tasting the wok, it's like tasting the tawa. I want to really load this up.
Let's do it.
I gotta go bigger. I gotta go bigger.
Load it up.
I want to earn your respect. I can get the respect of a local.
We have more chili.
Is that good?
Oh, no. Are you sure? Oh my God.
We have a winner.
Oh my God.
I love it. Thank you. I want to say I'll regret that later, but I think pretty soon.
Yeah, wait, down to 5.
But it's so good.
It's so good.
It's so addictive. Luckily, on the side, we have a tiny bowl of yogurt to cool us down.
You would hope.
Joining me on this epic protein pilgrimage, Amna.
Need to chug it down.
She's a culinary student and a fashion blogger based in her hometown of Lahore.
I'm here for about a week. It's not a long time, but it's enough to get a snapshot of food here in Pakistan. Now, I know not a lot of people know that Pakistan and India used to be one country called Hindustan.
Yeah.
I've been in India a lot. I've had a lot of food there. But what would you say differentiates food in Pakistan from India?
I think northern Indian food is very similar. The kind of food you get in Punjab or Delhi, Amritsar, that's very close to the Pakistani food. But South Indian food or Bengali food, that's completely different. So the common factors I think would be that they're big on meat, we're big on meat. They're big on oil, we're big on oil.
Yeah. Is that the prayer?
Yes.
About how long does that take?
3 minutes.
This is a Muslim nation. What percentage of people here would you say is Muslim? Nearly all?
Nearly all, yes. Very, very small percentage of minorities. India, of course, is a big population, so the diversity is much more too. Not just religion, but you know, the different regions have a very distinct culture.
So it seems the other big difference would be that everyone's eating halal here.
Halal, yes.
So no pork, although not much pork in India anyways.
Also in India, they don't eat so much beef.
Okay, so that's a pretty notable difference right there. All right, this is a good start. We have a lot more to see.
Our street food journey has led us here, a one-of-a-kind a la carte menu.
What time do restaurants close here? 2 a.m.?
Yes.
Only here, you're pointing to the body parts you most crave.
Oh.
That's the fact.
Ugh.
If uncertain, it's always good to start with the sheep butt fat.
Hold on, I recognize this. I just came here from Uzbekistan. This is a fat-tailed sheep.
This is that.
This is called a dumba, just the tail.
Oh, so we call the whole animal dumba.
Dumba. The dumba is like the foundation of Uzbek cooking. So many dishes start with the fat that kind of melts off of that, and then they cook in the fat. Is that what they're doing here?
That's what they're going to do.
A typical order should contain a variety of meat cuts for a more dynamic flavor and texture experience.
This is 1 kg. Some fat, some neck, some joint, and this is going to be delicious.
How big do they go? Because some of those pots are quite big.
They have an option of going as big as 4 kilos also.
That's 8.8 pounds.
Yeah.
Along with the meat, the real locals know that certain sheep organs must be specially requested. You know, like the secret menu at In-N-Out.
That's kidney, right?
That's kidney.
And that's testicle?
Yes.
Do women eat testicles in Pakistan?
I do. So
Great. What do you like about the testicle?
it's just the flavor and how they make it. And also, can I say the mouthfeel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you just did.
I did.
With our meat ready, we head to the fire pits. Where highly skilled, smoke-tolerant chefs juggle over a dozen cast-iron pots at various points in their cooking process. These guys are seriously impressive.
Chef, how do you handle the smoke?
He's used to it.
How long did it take him to get used to it?
He's been doing it for 18 years. So.
Holy cow.
Wow.
Welcome to Ilyas Dumba Kahari. We've learned about the Dumba. Now this is the Kahari.
So is it frying? Is it boiling?
I would say it's between braising and stir frying and also stewing a little bit.
4 kilograms, over 8 pounds of meat. We have to eat the whole thing.
You have to eat most of it.
I have to eat most of it.
He adds salt, then green chilies for spice, ginger for aromatics, and tomato for acid.
I'm sorry that India is my only point of comparison, but there's usually an onslaught of ingredients. Like 15 spices would not be enough in India. But here, it's essentially maybe 4 different things contributing some flavor.
On average, about 700 pounds of meat is cooked and consumed here each day, serving over 1,000 guests. But it's not just about the Kahari. Tonight, the charcoal grill is also full of action.
So I heard this is really special.
You won't find this anywhere. This is also from the sheep, the liver, wrapped in fat.
Oh, I've heard of this. This is like caul fat. It's like the fat lining from the animal.
It's it. Exactly right.
Can we try a piece?
Yeah. We can have all of it.
He seemed like he was yelling at you.
No, he was happy.
Oh, okay. He's very aggressive with his enthusiasm. Ooh, these all look so dang delicious. Wow. I've heard that you should only eat 2 at most, or it'll give you hot flashes, even if you're a man. I don't know how that works.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But the flavor.
It's really, really hot. It's so sheepy. The liver is nice. It's super warm. The fat on the outside is juicy, and it gives you that first hit of flavor when you take a bite into it.
Absolutely.
But also a little gamey. You a fan of the gaminess?
I do.
That's our appetizer. We're gonna head in and eat the big
4 kilos.
next.
Yeah.
Right here.
The king.
Tons of different cuts in here. You kind of just have to go piece by piece and figure out what it is. Oh, wow. It is so juicy. I'm not surprised because he cooked it so long, but I just couldn't tell. Is it going to be tough? Is it going to be tender?
Very tender.
Over here.
So this is called the Peshawari naan, also known as a khamiri roti.
yeah.
It's a different way of making it than a naan.
Well, what's the difference between this and a naan? Because it looks like a naan and not so much like a naan,
It's
which is
really
what you're
the
saying.
treatment of the dough of the naan.
Are they more hostile towards it? They treat it badly? Oh, yes.
That's good.
It's interesting because you said maybe there's not a ton of differences between here and India, but I've never had anything like this in India. This is wildly different.
Because this is from the northern parts of Pakistan.
Woo. That's good.
I used to love that as a kid. I used to fight everyone to get all the marrow.
Should we try some kidney?
Okay, let's do that.
Livery, but not kind of like dry like liver. Really nice and moist. Oh,
I'm looking for
testicle?
the testicle.
How do you identify it?
It's small.
That's one way.
Yep.
There's something about the sauce and the cast iron has made it really dense, so it's not like fatty and jiggly. That's the part that bothers people.
Because the moisture has gone out. It's cooked at such heat.
I bet this is one of those foods you could give to people and tell them halfway through, by the way, you've eaten 17 testicles, and they'd have no idea.
It's so good.
I'm very impressed. This is just our second location. We have a lot more to see still.
Let's finish this first. I like it.
I tried to get out of eating 8 pounds of meat, but no luck.
जैसे कि आप लोगों ने नेपाली स्ट्रीट फूड वर्सेस पाकिस्तानी स्ट्रीट फूड तो देखा, बट डिफरेंट है ऐसा, क्योंकि पाकिस्तान में आप लोगों को पता है कि चिकन वगैरह जो है ना, गोश्त वगैरह ज़्यादा वहाँ पे यूज़ होता है। बेसिकली आप लोग को पता होगा कि वहाँ पे मुस्लिम की आबादी बहुत ज़्यादा है, तो बेसिकली वहाँ पे चिकन वगैरह जो होता है ना ज़्यादा यूज़ होता है, ठीक है ना। तो बेसिकली जब भी कोई जाता है तो चिकन आपको ज़्यादा मिलेगा, ठीक है। जिस भी रेस्टोरेंट में जब आप जाओगे चिकन वगैरह तो आपको भाई और लास्ट भी मिलेगा, ठीक है। ऐसा नहीं कि नेपाल में नहीं मिलता, नेपाल में मिलता है, ऐसा नहीं है, ठीक है। लेकिन नेपाली फूड की अगर हम बात करें, पाकिस्तानी फूड की वन ऑफ द बेस्ट फूड, जब नेपाल की फूड फर्स्ट टाइम मैंने रिव्यू की थी, मेरा खुद भी मुँह से पानी निकलने लगा, ठीक है ना। तो आप लोग रिव्यू देख सकते हो, मेरे मुँह में पानी आ रहा था, मतलब इतना टेस्टी फूड होता है नेपाल का। और नेपाल का मोमोज बहुत फेमस है, और बाकी नेपाली फूड बहुत टेस्टी होता है, बहुत अमेजिंग। पाकिस्तानी फूड की बात करें, पाकिस्तान का फूड भी बहुत टेस्टी होता है, ठीक है। और अगर आप लोगों ने टेस्ट नहीं किया तो एक दिन आप लोग भी टेस्ट कर लोगे अगर पाकिस्तान को विजिट करोगे, ठीक है। बाकी पाकिस्तान का फूड भी बहुत टेस्टी होता है, बहुत अमेजिंग होता है, ठीक है। आप लोगों ने वीडियो को पूरा देखा होंगे। अगर आप लोग इस तरह और भी अच्छे अच्छे रिव्यू देखना चाहते हो तो हमारे चैनल को भी लाजमी सब्सक्राइब कर, ताकि इस तरह वीडियोज़ आप लोग को टाइम के साथ साथ ही मिलती जाए। सो इंशाल्लाह मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो पे।